Om Shanti. Good morning, and thank you for that song. It almost feels like we are already there where today Baba is inviting us to the subtle regions. So this is a very lovely Murli, and it's a Murli that you need to allow yourself to maybe transport yourself into this awareness. There are Murlis that sometimes we just have to let go because these ideas, they are very new ideas maybe for our awareness, especially the awareness of the subtle region. So Baba today is inviting us. So let us listen to this Murli with this feeling. Be ready to visualize what Baba is trying to tell us, not just to understand it intellectually, but to experience what Baba is trying to tell us. The original date of this Murli is 21st of January, 1971. And as you know, these are the early years where Baba became Avyakt, and therefore is trying to give us some information about that world. So today is 14th of December. Today, you have invited Baba for a meeting. This Avyakt meeting can only be celebrated if you stabilize yourself in the Avyakt stage. Are you able to understand this? Today, Baba is seeing to what extent everyone has become the embodiment of power. The images of all of you, the memorial of the Shaktis are shown number-wise. How can the images of the Shakti be discerned? Do you know? How can the images of the Shaktis be discerned? Do you know? Do you not know the images by which your powers are discerned? The memorial of the Shaktis are created in various ways, number-wise. Have you forgotten your images? The memorial of the Shaktis are shown number-wise in different forms and with many arms. Sometimes those images are shown with a certain number of arms. At other times, they are shown with a different numbers of arms. Some are the Shaktis that have imbibed 8 powers. Some have imbibed more, and some have imbibed less. Sometimes 4 arms are shown, sometimes 8 arms, and at other times 16 are shown. They are shown number-wise. Today, Bab Dada is seeing how many powers each one has imbibed. You call yourself Master Almighty Authorities, do you not? Master Almighty Authorities means those who have imbibed all the powers. Do you have a vision of your form of powers? When Baba sees each one's form of power in the subtle region, what does he see? So now having, and then about how these powers are seen. In the subtle region, Bab Dada has an Alokik exhibition. How many images would it have? You can count the pictures here, but can Bab Dada's pictures be counted? Bapdada is inviting you to come there. The one who has given an invitation gives it, but those who have to arrive must be able to reach there. Bapdada is giving all of you an invitation with a million-fold great happiness. Each one can have an experience. If you are to experience the Avyak stage consistently, you would experience that just as though science, something which is far away, can be experienced as being near. In the same way, you would be able to see the activity of the subtle region here very clearly. With the power of the intellect, you can have a vision of your form of all powers. At the present time, because there isn't sufficient awareness of it, you're not able to be powerful. Finish the waste, and when you will become powerful, finish the waste, and then you will become powerful. Baba sees everyone's different forms of effort in the subtle region. They are very beautiful. All of you don't see your forms as much as Baba sees the many forms of all of you in the subtle region. You people can pay special attention one day and see how many forms and what your forms were like throughout the day. So you people can pay a special attention one day and see how many forms and what your forms were like throughout the day. You will laugh a lot when you see the different postures. Nowadays, you see many postures of others. So see yourself, have a vision of your forms. Everyone has the desire to come to the subtle region, but ask yourself, have you carried out all the tasks that you have to carry out as a Brahmin? Only when you have accomplished all the tasks will you become complete. The present time is such that you have to pay attention to every step you take. Because there isn't attention, you have the tension of effort. Therefore, add only one word, attention. Then the many forms will become the one complete form. Therefore, now pay attention to every step. You heard that nowadays all souls wish to experience happiness and peace. They do not wish to hear a lot. In order to give an experience to others, only when you yourself become the embodiment of experience will you fulfill that desire in others. Day by day, you will see that just as those who are hungry for wealth come to beg for alms, in the same way, souls who are hungry for the experience of peace will be desperate to receive alms. Now, when just one wave of sorrow comes, souls who are wallowing in this wave, souls who are drowning in this wave, search for the support of a straw. Many beggar souls will come in front of all of you to receive alms. So, do you experience yourself to be a soul who is overflowing with the experience of supersensuous joy and all powers in order to quench the thirst of such thirsty, hungry, and desperate souls? Have you accumulated the treasure of all the powers and the treasure of supersensuous joy so that not only does your stage remain constant, but you fill other souls as well? You are the children of the bestower who fills the apron of everyone, are you not? This scene is going to come very soon. Even the doctors will not be able to give medicine for this sickness. This is something that we see very often, that nowadays the doctors recommend their patients to go and learn meditation. So they search online and they find a place where they can learn meditation. And they come to us saying that, their doctors have recommended them to come and learn meditation. So Baba's prediction is quite accurate. This is why they will come to you people to receive their medicine. Gradually, the sound will spread that the experience of happiness and peace can be received from the Brahma Kumaris. After wandering around, so many souls will reach the original place. In order to make many such souls content, are you content in your every action? Only contented soul can make others content. Now prepare yourself to be able to do such service. Such desperate souls will not even be able to wait for 7 days course. So at that time, you have to give one or other experience to those souls. This is why Baba has said that now make yourself ready to accomplish your task as Brahmins. Now, do you understand which service do you have to do? While you are busy in the corporeal, Bap Dada is the helper in the Avyakt. When the children have courage, the father gives help. So tell Baba, who's busier? You were given the experience of the subtle region in the beginning, and it was even better than the experience of those who went into trance. So experience that now. You have the flying vehicle of the intellect anyway. Some children are very stubborn about certain aspects, and so Baba has to accept what they say. Now be stubborn to have an experience. Acha. So with the group, you will need subjects until the end of the Silver Age and bhagats from the beginning of the Copper Age. Create bhagats and subjects. There is now to come a time when you will have to keep giving and filling their aprons. Such desperate souls will come. They will be pleased even if you give them a drop, just as they speak about a motor a minute. You will have such machinery. There will be service throughout everything. Your drishti, attitude, consciousness, and words. Your home should be such an ashram that whosoever comes there cannot wait to go to the center. These people, the dadis, wandered around at the time of establishment of service. You people came when everything has been ready, prepared. They extracted the butter after having worked hard. You came when it was time to eat it. However, those who have to eat the butter must be very strong. Always think that the souls who come into contact should receive what they need. What would happen if you give water to someone who needs chapatis? Someone may need to be given regard. But if you tell that person to sit on the floor, how could he sit there? It is possible to give the course to someone sitting on the floor, but some have to be given it sitting on a sofa. What did you do when the governor came? You gave him regard, did you not? It will not be possible to interact with him through the normal system. You receive regard by giving regard. If you give the same dose to everyone, they become sick. Nowadays, when patients go to their doctor, they don't want long course of medicine. They go, receive an injection, and that's it. So, and that is all. The same happens here. As soon as they come, make them fly. Do you do such service? You can do service through your nature as well. According to the drama, some have good nature and so they have the help of their nature. You can make someone your friend and impress her with your experience. Don't leave her alone and think that she is not listening to knowledge. Bring souls into connection first and then bring them into relationship. You can bring a person close through your nature. Experiment with this. All of you are the images of support that bring benefit to the world. When you consider yourself to be the images of support, you will be able to uplift many. Those who do such service accumulate it in that account. For instance, there are various types of banks. There are various types of bank account. Whatever type of service you become an instrument for, that is the account it is accumulated in. The deeper the foundation, the stronger it is. The foundation is laid anyway, but if you lay it deeply, then it is strong. Just as you heard people come into connection, but you have to bring them into a relationship. Those ones who bring many into a relationship will come close in the relationship with Baba. Those who bring many in connection will come close in contact there also. Acha. Are you able to write your whole day's chart accurately? Are you able to know whether it is the speed? Are you able to know whether it is the speed of the mail train? Do you know how to match your sanskars with those of Babdada? Do those who have lived with the corporeal form, those who have experienced his thoughts and sanskars at every second, know how to match there with those of the corporeal form? Others have to draw them with the yoga of the intellect, but all of you simply have to bring them in front of you. This is why you have to match your thoughts and sanskars. You must not waste time. You must not waste time. You must decide instantly what you must do and what you must not do. This saves time. It also saves the power of the intellect, which would otherwise be wasted. Are all of you content with your effort? What plan have you made to be complete? How much time do you need to change yourselves? Have you received the certificate of contentment? Together with being loving, together with being loved by the self, you also have to be those who are loved by others. If those who are responsible for you give you the certificate, then you are loved by others. You have to keep your creation content. You have to catch from their behavior whether they are content with you or not. When you come to Madhuban, you can claim your certificate from the instrument sisters. All these certificates will be useful in the land of Dharmraj. A person driving a car carries a certificate, and by showing it, he is able to pass. In the same way, those certificates will be useful to you in the land of Dharamraj. Therefore, claim as many certificates as possible, because these Maharathis are those who are going to sit in the tribunal. These certificates will be useful to you. By taking certificate from here, you will develop the speciality of satisfying other souls. The experienced sister give you teachings which enables you to satisfy many others. The certificates are the yukti to satisfy many. Does everyone know how to be loving in the form of power? Does everyone know how to be loving and the form of power? When the creation of the creator who fills others with power is powerful, the creation will never fluctuate in its effort. If the students fluctuate, you can recognize that you do not know the yukti of filling others with power. The speciality is to bring others close and to make them powerful. And to make them powerful so that they are able to oppose Maya. This is what you have to add. Obstacles may come, but they must not last very long. They come and they go. This is the sign of the form of power. Those who are content with themselves remain content with others. Even if others try to make you discontent, if you are content, everyone will become content with you. If you consider the defects of others to be your defects, you will become complete. Never think that you are not able to make effort because of a particular reason. By thinking that this is your defect, you will progress quickly. Otherwise, a lot of time is taken up in seeing the defects of others. Do you have a lot of love for corporeal or the incorporeal? The speciality of those who have love for the incorporeal is that they remain in the incorporeal stage longer. Those who have love for the corporeal will have a good character. Each activity of theirs will be serviceable. Secondly, they will also enable others to develop greater love. But the speciality of being incorporeal and egoless need to be equal. Is it good to be a child, or is it good to be a master? To whatever extent possible in relationship with service, there should be the stage of being a child, and in the stage of making effort, there should be the stage of being a master. In relationship with others, there should be the stage of being a child, and for the pilgrimage of remembrance and for churning, there should be the stage of being a master. With companions and in a gathering, there should be the stage of being a child. And when you're alone, there should be the stage of being a master. This is what it means to interact with yukti. Acha. So we shall pause here and let us have a couple of minutes in silence and reflect on what we've heard. So Om Shanti. And just to set the scene before you share, it seems to me, the way I look at it is Baba is given us an open invitation to the subtle region. And, this is quite challenging sometimes because it's a new territory in some ways. And often people think about it a lot. Many people have desires to experience it. Many people experience it regularly. But I feel that each individual is unique in their experience. There are people who are visual. There are people who are more tuned into sound. And there are people who are more tuned into feelings. So just as, in the physical world, everybody is different, in the same way, our experiences are also different, and we experience things in a different way. But sometimes we try to experience things like other people do. And I feel that becomes a hindrance, So some people are not the seeing type. They are probably the listening type. And some people are not the listening type. They are maybe the feeling type. So when Baba is talking about this, Baba usually uses images and talks about images. But at the same time, you can experience experiences just through particular kind of feeling. And when we are honest with ourselves, we can actually capture that particular feeling, So when Baba has invited us to go there, and Baba said so many things about what are the possibilities. The first thing is that we can actually see our stage. We can see where we are, how do we appear, and then we can see how we function there. And Baba says that, when somebody invites you, you have your best, you put on your best costume. And not only that you put your best costume, but you can only go there if you show up there, right? And you can only show up there when you have finished your work. Yeah, you can't go somewhere when you are so busy here. So as Brahmin, when we have that form, when we have finished creating what our duties are, and then we can reach there. And then as per your form there, you can help other people, because the purpose of us being there is to receive others, who come. So, when we adopt that form, when we have worked on ourselves, then we can serve others. Baba also mentioned about how each soul is unique. And when we serve them, we have to serve them according to that soul's needs, according to that soul's status. Also, he mentioned about the certificates that we receive. When you are driving, you have to show the proof. Somebody has to test you. So in the same way, this is a concept that is there also. Like there is somebody else who's going to say something about you that will help you later, after this world. So the same way here also, we have certificates. When we go to the Ramraj with those certificates, it's easy to pass. Have you got all the papers? Where is the paper for the people that you were there in the center? Where are the papers of your family? So all these papers as certificate we can show there, and then we will be let go. We'll go through the Ramraj. So it's a beautiful Murli, and let's hear from you. Anybody like to share their points? Maybe the
Om Shanti. You correctly spoke about, yes, the different kinds of experiences. You know, there were people who have seen Brahma Baba, touched him, been with him and all. So that kind of a corporeal feeling also they had when, you know, when I've seen them, when they showed later, they hug him and they really wait for that session. The second kind of people who didn't see Baba corporeal, but enjoyed that Avyakt form in every time when he comes from. And in those times, I remember every Murli was precious, but we didn't give so much importance to it. Oh, Baba is going to come the next meeting, I will grab more Baba. Maybe that kind of a little bit of slackness was there. And now, today, when there are children who have neither seen Baba corporeal and also could not experience the Padramani thing, they are the people who really would like to grab the nectar. But Bap Dada, he sees all these people as similar souls. Why? Because he's saying they are my souls of Kalpa after Kalpa. When I came to know the subtle region, I used to tell Baba, what are you doing over there? You've got nothing. You'll be floating here and there. You can run to 100 places. I can't go. But Baba says, no. In that intoxication point, which I would like to take today, as well as which I have of the subtle region, is when Bap Dada said, Bache, I'm only thinking about you. I have no other thoughts, nothing but when will my children come back with me? When will they become complete? And for you, it takes, if suppose I was corporeal, I can only go to a few children, few places. But now I can reach out to all of you all the times. So 24/7, he is always available. That's what I like. And when today, when you read about that, how can I experience what I should do from this Murli? That scene where Bapdada says, souls will be wallowing in waves, drowning in sorrow. They just, they are all swimming in sorrow. And they raise their hand up like from a quicksand. Please give me something, that one straw. And when Bapdada says, you should do that, I'm very intoxicated by that point. As if I'm going up and I can see souls down and I see so many hands. And with Bapdada's help, I come down, lift that soul. I think that scene or that what Bapdada said today, really, as you call it as visual or call it as feeling, it makes me very proud to be Baba's helper. Om Shanti.
Wonderful, Om Shanti. Anyone else?
Om Shanti Baiji and Divine Family. I was quite hungry and thirsty for having different experiences, as I am having lots of experience from all the scholars, all the participants from this class. But thank you so much for clarifying that we are all unique. Because if I'm trying to get same experience as other people, then I am not progressing. I am on the wrong path then, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think it's an attitude of being light, like experience are not things like, I should actually be too much focused on. Experience actually comes by themselves, So the more sincere in my effort I am, the more honest I am. Yes, Baba says, if you have an intention, it will happen, but it will happen in your own way. And I am sure, in fact, sometimes, we don't realize that we are actually having a lot of experiences, but we don't even realize. So,
yeah, thank you. That's true. We're all unique, all different, with different learning styles, right?
Definitely.
Thank you. And in terms of certificate, I can say that I got one certificate, only one, which is love for Baba. And I am working hard on the next certificate, how to love myself, and then continue on.
For sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Om Shanti Bhai.
Shanti. Any other? Feel free to speak and share. What is it that touched you? What is it that you can practice from today's Murli? Baba, like I always says, whatever you pick, randomly, Baba will somehow fill you that particular day. So I feel like, we are so fortunate that God is talking to us every single day. Can you imagine, the world is searching for God and God is speaking to us every morning? How intoxicating that is. Anyone else?
Om Shanti, Bhaiji.
Om Shanti.
Today's Murli is an ocean, actually. I'm not sure what to say and what not to cover. I mean, it's a ocean, and the 2 points which I would take it for my practice is the context where Baba says that Baba sees everyone's different forms of effort in the subtle region.
Yeah,
they are very beautiful, and there Baba says that for myself, I will pay special attention one complete day. I will select and pay special attention and see how many forms and I was throughout the day. How many forms I change, 4 arms, starting with the 1 arm, probably the 2 arm, 3 arm, 4 arm, 16 arms, or infinite arms. I mean, of power. That and you will laugh a lot when you see the different postures I make throughout the day. And also you see many postures of others also. So see yourself. I should not get distracted by seeing others' postures. I should focus on myself, be myself, see myself. So see yourself. That is one thing. And the beautiful definition of yukti, Baba says. I have often deliberated on this. Ki Baba says yukti, yog yukt and yukti yukt. So yukti, Baba has defined in a very beautiful manner that where I should be a child and where I should be a master.
Yeah.
Very beautiful definition, Baba says. Practically, we can actually implement this. When in relationship with others, I should be seated in the stage of being a child, child of God. And I'm just like Baba, with all the powers to listen, powers to be patient, powers to tolerate, power to accommodate, power to haste, all that.
Yeah.
Then where I am in the pilgrimage of remembrance and for churning, I should be at the stage of a master. And also when I'm alone, when nobody is watching me, there my character is tested. Their real me comes out, when I don't have any fear from anyone. I can do whatever I want. So there, when I'm alone, I should be the stage of being a master. That's beautiful. I mean, Om Shanti.
Shanti. It's lovely, no? Nowadays is a time of smartphones, and we notice, sometimes a picture of us is being taken, or sometimes somebody will send a video where you are there in that video. And then when you watch, how much attention do you pay when you see your own face, no? You look at yourself, right? Sometimes there is a video and you maybe watch yourself, maybe you have said something, how much attention do we pay? In the same way, there is this subtle picture of us that we can actually have a look. So this is a nice, very interesting way of assessing my day. And it's Baba gave us a very good example, and also inspired us to take time and to see, for the whole day, go back and rewind, So yeah, definitely. Yeah. And to know our position and, in different moment, what position do I take? It's very, very, very important. And this is where, some children who are clever, they succeed, because they understand, at this time, this is what I need to do. At that time, that, like if I give the law to people, and if you follow the law, but you don't have wisdom, you will not be able to use it accurately. You will not be able to feel the pulse of other people, understand that at this time, this is what I need to do. Be able to, like there is that feeling of how to talk to people even, So sometimes we miss that, out of a little bit, maybe innocence, I would say. We've not understood the world. Baba used to read a lot. Baba used to understand people, like different people of different levels, not just, they're not the same. You have to deal with them accurately. So yeah, it's very true. Okay, so maybe we pause here because I think it's time. And maybe again, some reflection to see if we can touch that that space. Is that okay? Can we just have like 1 minute or a couple of minutes?
Yes, Arifai.
Okay, so just a couple of minutes. Just go back and just allow yourself. Don't think about it. Just allow yourself to be in this space and to see your own image. In the subtle world. See how others see you. See how you see yourself. What is your form? How do you feel being in that position? What's your body language? Are you embodiment of power, love, compassion? And if you feel that maybe there is a little bit of work that you need to do, try to see if you can correct that during the day. And then when you sit in the meditation in the evening, try to check again and see what is your form? How do you feel? What's your posture? What's your expression? Just like we look at our picture, in the same way we can see ourselves with honesty, clarity. Your intellect is able to see and capture everything. And then this will help us day by day as we continue our practice to move on, to become more subtle, avyakt, and to reach that perfect equal, just like the Father. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Arif Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. We shall continue with the Murli tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a nice day. Om Shanti.
Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you, brother.